DDP takes on Strickland in the main event at UFC 312 in February. DDP said he brought in some new training partners for this camp, but this one didn't make the cut. All the animal rights activists are gonna hate you now. Well, the feeling is mutual. Pretty sure it's illegal to catch sharks in South Africa. Maybe check in with someone. We don't write the species names on the corner also. No, it's not illegal at all. Not good, I agree. It's great. DDP's got an answer for everything. Is that a tiger or a mako? Raggy? I'm suddenly embarrassed to be South African. What's the matter with you? A lot. DDP and Strickland's first encounter in January was a closely contested split decision. Two of the judges they brought into Canada for this fight are among two of the worst, Derek Cleary and Sal D'Amato, but they were split on this one, DDP for one of them and Strickland for the other. For Ryzen New Year's Eve, since Ryan Garcia's out of his fight with Rukia Anpo, replacing Garcia is Sina Karimian, former two-time K1 Grand Prix champion. They're supposed to reschedule Garcia versus Anpo next year. Daniel Zellhuber wants to take on Michael Johnson next. He says, "Dear Santa, this year I was a good boy. The only thing I want for Christmas is Michael Johnson grows a pair and signs the contract." Johnson's coming off a KO over Ataman Zaitar. Zellhuber's coming off a split decision loss to Ribovics in what was a Fight of the Year contender. These are the two Russian spies, according to Chris Curtis, that Roman Kopylov sent to Extreme Couture for him. Curtis is way too basic for him to care that much. You should be the one sending spies, is what someone told Curtis. But Curtis says you're an 0-2 amateur fighter. Career length 1 month and 10 days, so he was active.
Merry Christmas, everyone! Let's go, guys! Let's go. We out here, working, getting ready for January 18th.
Dana White's got a newfound respect for fighters because the last 5 minutes in the sauna lets you know who you really are. I have so much respect for fighters, wrestlers, etc. No joke. Darren Till likely taking on Anthony Taylor on this card next month. Taylor beat Anderson Silva's son earlier this year in the Misfits boxing. One championship heavyweight champion, Reug Reug, received the Order of Merit from the president of Senegal. It's one of the nation's highest honors. Dennis Tululin injured. He's no longer on the UFC roster after his loss to Cedric Dumas in August. First women's title fight of the year is UFC 312, Zhang versus Suarez. Zhang, one of the most exciting females on the roster. Third in terms of bonuses. Jessica Andrade is far and away the leader in terms of performance bonuses for women with 11. Then you got Rose Namajunas with 6. And a 5-way tie for third place. With 5 is Miesha Tate, Angela Hill, Irene Aldana, Mackenzie Dern, Weili Zhang. Adriano Martin said his fight on Friday in Russia got canceled. He tells me he wasn't given an explanation as to why it was canceled. Road FC doing a show on Sunday. That's where Michelle Pereira made a big name and got signed with the UFC afterwards. The 2024 Fight Pass most replayed UFC fight nights, Whitaker versus Alaskarov. That was a good one in Saudi Arabia and Riyadh. Sandhagen versus Nurmagomedov in Abu Dhabi. Walker Ankalaev, Moicano Saint Denis, and Jan versus Figueiredo, which was UFC Macau.
Where are they now? Randa Marcos. Marcos last fought in 2021, won, but her UFC contract wasn't renewed. She never fought again. Since then, she's had 2 kids.
Number 15 ranked flyweight Miranda Maverick taking the different route of adoption. She's telling people, my husband and I are looking for a birth mother to match with. If you know any expecting mother who is looking into adopting, I pray you share our profile to her. Age preferences, newborn to 3 months. Gender preferences, either gender. Race preferences, Caucasian, Caucasian African, Caucasian Asian, Caucasian Hispanic, Native American. Open to twins, yes. Maverick has won 4 in a row and was pretty active this year, fighting 3 times in 10 months. Thomas Almeida training for a fight with Contender Series veteran Taylor Moore in April. Almeida was 21-0 at one point in his career. Then he ran into Cody Garbrandt. He's 1-5 in his last 6 fights. His last loss was to Sean O'Malley, and he hasn't fought since. That was over 3 years ago.
Agora, Feliz Navidad.
Feliz Navidade.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
Marcin Held picked up a victory at KSW, got his win bonus, and made some extra money, turning his body into a billboard. Back in the day, former UFC heavyweight champion Rico Rodriguez had a huge one on his back. Sam Alvey tried this years ago, and it was against company policy, so they tried removing it before he stepped in the cage, but they couldn't get it all done. So Perfect Tan got their sponsorship. Colby says if Makhachev wants to move up to 170, he'll fight him, but Islam's more interested in getting a belt. He has to beat Arman next month, though, first, and even though he is over a 3-1 favorite, it's not a foregone conclusion that he will win. Sarukian's looking to become the first Armenian to win a UFC title. Others on the roster of Armenian descent include Melsik Bagdasaryan, Armen Petrosian, Isaac Dalgarian, and Edmund Shabazian. One of the first Armenians in UFC history was Amar Suloev, who the Suloev stretch submission was named after. The UFC and Pride vet died of cancer in 2016 while on trial as part of a gang related to political assassinations in Russia. He was charged with being involved with 2 assassinations and a 3rd attempt in which the driver was killed. The alleged targets were influential Russian political figures. However, Suloev was never convicted, and there were significant issues with the prosecution's case. One of the killers claimed Suloev was the getaway driver, but he didn't match the eyewitness descriptions of the driver in the failed assassination, and his neighbor testified that he met him at his house at 9:05 a.m. the day of the attempt, which occurred at 9 a.m. hundreds of kilometers away. Some of the 5 defendants in the case included Sergei Zirinov, a Krasnodar assemblyman, as well as a member of President Putin's Unified Russia Party. Thanks for watching, and if you want to support the channel, you can via super thanks donations through the YouTube app and getting memberships.